Plot is the engine that drives a story forward, a deliberate chain of actions and consequences that transforms raw events into meaning. For screenwriters, novelists, and playwrights, plot is not just what happens, but why it matters. The architecture that shapes emotion, reveals character, and guides the audience through rising tension toward an inevitable payoff. When you understand how plot works, you gain the power to control your story, deepen its impact, and keep readers leaning in, hungry for what comes next. In this video, we'll break down how to control your story, the difference between story and plot, what plot truly represents, 4 classic plot models you can use, and the 13 structural plot points that hold everything together. Great films, novels, plays, and series pull us in not just because the story is powerful, but because unforgettable characters, meaningful themes, and a well-crafted plot work together to create an experience we can't turn away from. Structuring the plot of a great story means distilling all the elements of writing: premise, concept, characterization, theme, story, dramatic action, obstacles, and more, into a sequence of events that builds suspense, uses surprise, and unfolds with clear, logical cause and effect. The plot must follow clear logic while remaining unpredictable. It must move the viewer or reader emotionally without feeling manipulative, and it must weave the outer story problems with the characters' inner dilemmas into one coherent dramatic line. The plot takes the viewer or reader on a journey, and when it finally reaches its destination, the story lingers, staying with you, enriching you, and leaving a deeper understanding of what the characters have lived through. The writer must maintain control of the story from the first page to the last, guiding its momentum and shaping its emotional rhythm so that the reader and ultimately the audience is moved with precision rather than manipulation. This level of control reveals a plot that may look simple on the surface, but is actually a precise, intricate web of setups and payoffs, delivering an experience that feels both meaningful and deeply rewarding. This is where the writer works real magic. If the viewer or reader becomes aware of the story's manipulation, the plot turns predictable. But if they remain mesmerized from the first moment to the last, fully captivated, emotionally engaged, and unaware of the craft behind it, then the plot has been truly well made. Nothing is more rewarding for a writer than crafting an ingenious setup that twists into a mind-blowing payoff, one that lands with emotional force and delivers a satisfying, visceral impact. That is why going to the cinema or theatre will always echo the experience of crowds flocking to the Colosseum or a major sports event. The viewer or reader responds instantly to what unfolds, sometimes reverting to a primal, unfiltered expression of emotion in its purest form. Story is what happens. It is one large master event. Just as a symphony unfolds in several movements, the story is told in movements called acts. The story is the whole. It holds the plot together. Plot is how the what happens. The context, it reveals what the problem is and carries the line of action. The subplots carry the emotional and thematic content. Structurally, plot breaks down into story events, and those events break down into beats, the smallest units of dramatic change. A series of beats builds a story event, a scene. A beat is the smallest unit of structure, an action and its reaction. When you look closely at any moment in a story, you'll see multiple beats, physical and emotional, colliding to create conflict, escalate tension, and shape the event into something that turns the story forward. A series of story events builds a sequence. A story event usually unfolds in one specific place and time. The moment you change either the setting or the time, you shift into a new story event. When a series of story events is unified by a specific theme and function, it becomes a sequence. An action sequence might track a chase between hero and villain. A dramatic sequence might reveal the emotional interplay between a character's outer conflict and their inner world. Each sequence has a purpose. It pushes the story forward while deepening the audience's understanding of what truly matters. A series of story events builds an act. When you string sequences together, they form the setup, Act 1, the confrontation, Act 2, and the resolution, Act 3. The 3-act spine that shapes the entire journey of your story. A series of acts builds a story. You can work with a single act or expand to 5, but the traditional shape is 3 acts. The timeless structure that frames the beginning, middle, and end of your narrative journey. A series of stories builds a trilogy or a larger series. Your story can evolve into a sequel that continues the journey and may eventually grow into a full franchise. It can also expand backwards into a prequel, revealing the origins that shape the world and characters you've already explored. What plot represents? Plot is the chain of cause and effect that turns events into meaning, linking action to emotion, shaping chaos into clarity, and driving the story toward a payoff that feels both inevitable and deeply human. 4 traditional plots. Classical design. The 3-act structure is the timeless 3-act arc, an active protagonist, external conflict, continuous time, a coherent causal world, and a closed ending that delivers absolute, irreversible change. In Conclave, the film's 3-act spine is unmistakable. Act 1 locks the protagonist inside the Vatican with a clear want. Act 2 turns the conclave into a pressure cooker, and Act 3 detonates the truth he's been circling, forcing a decisive action that resolves both the political crisis and his internal conflict. The novel, The Ministry of Time, uses a textbook 3-act arc disguised inside a speculative premise. Act 1 grounds the narrator in a controlled environment. Act 2 fractures that stability, and Act 3 forces the collision between duty and desire, and the protagonist must choose which world she belongs to. Jez Butterworth's West End play, The Hills of California, builds on a muscular 3-act chassis. Act 1 gathers the sisters in the decaying family home. Act 2 traps them in a cycle of memory, accusation, and reluctant confession, and the final confrontation in Act 3 lands with the weight of everything the structure has been tightening. The ensemble, or multiplot, splinters into multiple small arcs, each with its own protagonist, beginning, middle, and end, weaving parallel journeys that echo, collide, and illuminate one another. The film Mother's Instinct features 2 households, 2 marriages, 2 interior lives spiraling around a single rupture. The screenplay distributes tension across parallel emotional arcs, and the ensemble structure turns the neighborhood into a pressure chamber where every character's choice sharpens the next. The novel Wandering Stars operates as a true ensemble tapestry, multiple generations, multiple timelines, and multiple narrators whose lives never collapse into a single protagonist's arc. Each character carries a self-contained plotline, and the book's power comes from how these arcs echo across time rather than intersect directly. The structure works like a constellation. Each storyline is a point of light, and meaning emerges only when the reader connects them. The play, The White Factory, uses ensemble structure to braid several emotional and moral arcs into one theatrical fabric. The production distributes narrative weight across a family, a community, and the bureaucratic machinery surrounding them. Each character's plotline runs on its own track, and scenes shift focus like a camera panning across a crowded room. The multi-plot design creates a layered experience, turns the stage into a network of intersecting pressures, where meaning arises from the friction between parallel lives. The mini-plot/minimalist plot strips story down to its essence, a minimalist design where simplicity rules, questions linger, and an open ending invites the audience to finish the meaning for themselves. The film A Real Pain has a classic mini-plot, low conflict, emotionally interior, and structured around small behavioral shifts rather than big reversals. The story advances through awkward silences, mismatched expectations, and the quiet recalibration of a strained sibling bond. The minimalist design avoids a driving external goal. Tension comes from micro-choices, not plot machinery. The film's power lies in its restraint. The mini-plot structure makes the story feel lived rather than engineered. The novel, The Extinction of Irina Ray, embodies minimalist plotting, a group of writers waiting for a vanished mentor, drifting through suspicion, longing, and self-invention. Instead of a strong causal chain, the book uses mood, voice, and shifting interiorities to generate momentum. The mini-plot design lets the novel operate like a psychological chamber piece, low action, high resonance. The play, The effect exemplifies minimalist plotting on stage. Two characters in a controlled environment, their emotional states shifting in tiny increments that feel seismic only because the world around them is so stripped back. The play avoids external complications. Instead, it builds tension through repetition, hesitation, and the slow erosion of certainty. The mini-plot structure turns the stage into a laboratory of feeling, where the smallest emotional deviation becomes the story. Anti-plot is the cinema's counterpart to the anti-novel, nouveau roman and theatre of the absurd. It flips classical structure on its head, breaking rules, reversing expectations, and using exaggeration and absurdity to challenge the very idea of story itself. The film, The Substance, operates as pure anti-plot. Reality bends, causality collapses, and the story refuses to stabilize around a coherent chain of events. Scenes escalate not through logic, but through mutation, identity splitting, bodies distorting, time looping back on itself. The screenplay deliberately breaks the contract of classical narrative. Motivations dissolve, consequences detach from actions, and the film's world behaves according to emotional logic rather than physical rules. The anti-plot design makes the viewing experience feel like a psychological rupture rather than a story. The novel Death Valley embodies anti-plot through its refusal of linearity. The narrator drifts between hallucination, metafiction, desert myth, and autobiographical fragments that contradict one another. The book uses associative leaps, one image triggering another, one emotional state dissolving into a surreal encounter. The anti-plot design turns the novel into a destabilized consciousness on the page, where the breakdown of narrative mirrors the breakdown of self. The stage play Drive Your Plow. Over the Bones of the Dead uses anti-plot as theatrical language, shifting narrators, contradictory accounts, and scenes that slide between realism, fable, and political allegory without warning. The stage becomes a fluid space where time folds, characters double, and events refuse to settle into a single interpretation. Instead of building toward a climax, the play accumulates dissonance, images, monologues, and fragments that echo but never resolve. The anti-plot structure makes the audience inhabit uncertainty itself. The meaning is in the instability, not the destination. 13 structural plot points. The 13 structural signposts give you a solid story outline, uniting theme, character, and plot into one organic classical design with a beginning, middle, and end that works for screenplays, novels, and stage plays alike. Beginning/setup. Step 1. Opening. A great opening works because it knows the ending. It hooks the reader, positions the world, sets cause and effect in motion, and launches a journey they can't walk away from. Step 2. The ordinary world. Once you've hooked the reader, anchor them in the protagonist's ordinary world, time, place, space, conflict, because only when they know where the journey begins will they care about where it's going. Step 3. The catalytic event/inciting event. After you've built the ordinary world, the story ignites when something knocks the protagonist off balance. The catalytic event that disrupts their life, demands a reaction, and launches the chain of cause and effect that will drive them to the climax. Step 4. Dilemma. The call to adventure creates a dilemma that knocks the protagonist off balance, awakens desire, and forces the first irreversible choice, the moment they step out of the ordinary world and onto the path that will transform them. Step 5. The first choice, first major turning point. The dilemma forces the protagonist to make a decisive choice. The first major turning point that pulls them out of the familiar, redirects the story from setup to confrontation, and seals the destiny they must now fight their way through. Middle/confrontation. Step 6. The new world. When the protagonist commits to a course of action, Act 2 begins. A threshold crossed, a rebirth into a harder world where new pressures, rising stakes, and unexpected challenges test who they are and drive the story forward. Step 7. The midpoint. The midpoint is the story's compass point, a moment of clarity that reminds us what the journey is about, anchors the theme, and then shatters the comfort zone so conflict can explode into the second half. Step 8. Dark world. second half of Act 2. In the back half of Act 2, your job is to make life hell for the protagonist, escalating pressure, tightening stakes, and driving them into a deeper dilemma that forces the decisive choice, propelling the story into its final act. Step 9, the second major turning point, second choice. The second turning point launches the final act, a last high-stakes decision that pushes the protagonist to the edge, raises the dramatic question one more time, and turns all the rising pressure of Act 2 into the momentum that drives the story toward its climax. End/resolution. Step 10. Extraordinary world. Act 3 is its own dramatic world, where everything learned, lost, and broken in Act 2 converges, reverses the ordinary world, and drives the story through rising events toward the inevitable climax. Step 11. The obligatory scene, climax/payoff. The climax is the story's moment of truth, a visceral payoff where the protagonist's final action, born from everything they've faced, resolves the central conflict and reveals the meaning of the entire journey. Step 12. Resolution. The resolution delivers the final payoff, revealing the consequences of the climax, restoring balance, and establishing a new status quo that gives the story emotional closure and completes the protagonist's journey. Step 13. The ending. A great ending feels surprising yet inevitable, the moment where every choice, setup, and emotion finally clicks into place, and the whole story reveals what it was really about. In our The Right Journey course, the 13 steps aren't just taught, they're fully explored, tested, and lived, giving writers a complete practical pathway from first spark to final draft. Plot is the writer's act of making order out of chaos, the intellectual architecture behind the story's action. Plot is often the least respected part of storytelling, dismissed when it's raw, criticized when it's crafted, but the plot should never drift from meaning. It must serve the theme, deepen it, and carry the story's purpose forward. If story is the art of extreme situations, plot is the mechanism that gets the audience into those situations and out again, creating collisions, questions, and rising tension. Your goal as a screenwriter is to make the plot more than a chain of events. It should be a woven experience that pulls the audience in and leaves them changed. Every scene, every line, every choice must enrich the journey and amplify the emotional impact. The screenwriter's control is paramount. From first page to last, every beat, interaction, and twist is orchestrated to provoke a precise emotional response. A simple plot can hide a complex web of setups and payoffs. The true art is the invisible hand, making the plot feel natural and inevitable while still delivering surprises that keep viewers locked in until the final moment. In upcoming videos, we will explore the secondary plot, the story's second narrative line that runs parallel to the main plot, and then move into subplots, those intimate threads that illuminate relationships, personal growth, and internal conflict. Like and subscribe for more content from the Writing Studio.